Guys, welcome back to episode 87 of the Double Bogey Show. Today we covered Tyler finding the absolute jackpot of golf balls in the woods. We also covered one of the most unbelievable scenarios that has ever happened to me in a playoff hole. And lastly, it's scramble season. We covered 4-man scramble strategies for all of you heading out to the links this summer. Hope you enjoy the episode.
They piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now. Breakfast ball. Ooh, it's time.
That's okay.
For episode 87 of the Double Bogey Show here at the Troy S. Gleeman Jackson Memorial Podcast Studio. We're live.
Nope.
We're not live. But essentially we're live right now because I am talking to you in the present moment.
We are alive.
We are alive and we are live. This will be posted here in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
But Tyler,
One day. Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah. Weird week.
How the weeks just get screwed up.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll be gone Friday too. So mark that on your calendars.
Will do.
I'm gone Friday for a very good reason, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But Tyler, I have an unbelievable MFing story for you from this last weekend. But first, I want to hear about your bachelor party, not your bachelor party, but the party you went on this last weekend in Deadwood, South Dakota.
It was good. It was good. A lot of
course
fun.
it was. Bachelor party.
Yeah.
Boys.
Still hurting a little.
Okay.
Matt also went to a bachelor party this weekend. Are you still struggling or are you good?
No, we got back on Sunday, so I've had 2 days to
Did you
get
golf?
back into it now. Yeah, we did twice.
Okay, so we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
We got all kinds of stories right now.
This whole episode, I think, might be just story time.
I think that's fine though.
Yeah.
Run me through it. I already know what course you played because I played it before.
Yes. So we played Elkhorn Ridge in Deadwood, South. Well, it's in Spearfish, South Dakota, right next to Deadwood. Gorgeous course, like in the bluffs, just outside of like the Black Hills. Like when you think of the Black Hills, the thick of it, right? Just outside that. So there's still like rolling plains, rolling valleys, and these bluffs. So we're up in the bluffs, up in the valleys, playing, and then we get to the front. What the fuck? What do you call her? Not the marshal. There's a girl running the carts, and like she was renting and checking out the carts, right?
Yeah, cart girl.
Yeah, and she
Just with no booze.
Yeah, exactly. So she warns us right away. She's like, "All right, guys, hey, there's a lot of wildlife out there today. People have been seeing deer, they've been seeing turkeys, they've been seeing a bunch of rattlesnakes."
Yeah, stay away from those deer and turkeys. They'll
fuck you up. Those rattlesnakes, though, they're fine. They pet them. No big
they're
deal.
fine as long as they're not rattling.
Yeah. So we had 3 groups of 3. We had 9 guys total show up. So we just did 3-3-3 scrambles, the whole 18 holes. We played like shit. But that's not what my stories are going to be about today. It's not about the actual game of golf in the terms of playing it. The rattlesnake thing off the bat. I am terrified of snakes. I am a little girl in a grown man's body when it comes to snakes.
Bit of an Indiana Jones vibe.
A little bit, yes. I will get clammy. I will, even if I just see a video, I'll get clammy.
Really?
I don't like them.
There's a screen in the middle of you though.
I know. It just weirds me out. Don't like it. I did see a rattlesnake like on the drive over there, like in the.
Oh, no shit.
It was like, there's a 2-lane highway, and then in the oncoming lane, we were kind of stuck in like slow traffic, and there was one trying to get across the road. But he was getting stuck in between people's wheels in the other lane, like blowing them around the highway.
Did you run it over?
I wish I would have, but I would have gotten smoked by other cars.
Are you supposed to? Aren't you supposed to?
In my book, you are.
Okay.
Do you
anyway.
do diligence and run over a snake if you see
I mean,
it?
there's 2 scenarios, right? If you like, I'm talking mainly just like driving a golf cart on a course. Turtles, you leave them alone. You pick them up and you put them back closer to their natural habitat. Because sometimes, turtle in the hair, like the turtle's not going to move very fast. Put that sucker back.
They're slow. Save them. Help them out.
But rattlesnakes could kill a human.
Run those fuckers over every chance you get.
Turtles or snakes?
Snakes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I see a snake, a real one, and then we're at the course, and I'm told there are real ones on the course. I'm shitting my pants.
There's signs all over too.
There are signs everywhere, and they just say snakes with an exclamation point. So that was a fun bit. Just jazz hands every time he'd say snakes.
Yep.
So I was scared every time I hit a ball, not even just like into the shit, like near it. So like I had a couple balls in the rough, but the grass was a little bit close, and I'm just fucking scanning it first.
You should have Grandpa Dave's hearing aids in, so you get like an extra boost of hearing.
Yeah.
If there was a rattle like 50 yards away, you could probably hear it.
So I don't know shit about rattlesnakes either. I'm like, do they rattle all the time? Because I didn't hear a single rattle.
They don't. They rattle when they feel threatened.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure.
So
sounded good.
The first 4 holes are going really bad for me and my threesome. And we're putting balls in the weeds left and right. But we were all too scared to go look for our balls.
Okay.
And we were losing so many balls. It got to the point where we had to look or we weren't going to be able to golf.
No shit.
So we started casually looking, exploring the grass a little bit, just like clubs at the ready, just in case. Didn't see a single snake the entire 18. But by about hole 6, I had finally gotten comfortable in the long grass at this course. And I found so many fucking balls. Like, I'm not kidding you. Between our group of 3, we maybe found 50 balls. Because everyone is too afraid to go look in the grass because of these rattlesnakes. And they were balls everywhere. Like, not even like buried. They were just sitting on top of the grass. You could go in and just stand and do your 360 rule and see 6-7 balls.
No shit.
And so we made all of our money back and more probably on these balls.
The grass is always greener on the other side.
I was going to say fortune favors the bold.
I was going to say, just when you think you're afraid, keep pushing forward.
Until you see a snake, then don't fuck with it, run.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn around.
I don't know if you're supposed to run. Don't take any of our life-saving advice when it comes to snakes.
You could also just walk away. It's not like it's going to... I don't think it could out speed walk you on a golf.
They're fast.
They're pretty quick.
Yeah, but not like. Have you seen me speed walk before? I'll show you when we get out of the podcast studio. Like, there's no way a rattlesnake could catch me during a speed walk.
I'd love to see that race. I think if it's like a short distance,
it is funny. We do have Google. We could look up how fast rattlesnakes are.
I do have Google. I'll pull it up right now as a little treat for you.
I just don't know if you're supposed to run. It could startle them, you know?
Yeah.
And then just strike, and then you're fucked.
Yep.
Because they can strike like 10 feet.
Do they travel in packs? Are they singles?
18 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's a sidewinder, Matt. That's not a rattlesnake.
Okay, well, it says rattlesnake speed right there. I think it's a type of rattlesnake.
He is correct.
How quickly do rattlesnakes move? An adult prairie rattlesnakes move about 8 feet per second. You're saying you can speed walk 8 feet per second?
Okay, maybe not speed walk. You'd
have to jog.
When I did speed and acceleration though in college, we would get the treadmill up to 21 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And that was dead sprint. Obviously, the belt is pushing my feet back. But at the same time, I think I could that sucker,
they can also lunge forward half a foot in 70 milliseconds, faster than a blink of an eye.
I've also hit against like a 95 mile an hour fastball, so I also know how quick that is.
You better hope that fucker strikes in the strike zone.
Yes, if I see a rattlesnake, I'm also out of there too. But at the same time, they have to put the signs up for liability reasons and just to keep the golfers safe. If you get bit by a rattlesnake at Elkhorn Ridge, you're probably not going to want to come back. No. So, there's tons of, even in Arizona, there's snakes down there.
Yeah, I saw more snakes in South Dakota than I did in Arizona.
Yeah, so, I feel like it's just kind of a fail-safe for the golf course saying just, hey, keep your eyes open. What in Arizona, what they didn't warn us about was the wild hogs that were going to be right at the green.
Fucking those bobcats everywhere.
Those are more destructive than a rattlesnake towards a human, I feel like.
Yeah, they were javelinas.
Javelinas.
I'd like my chances over a wild hog than a snake.
I do too.
Really?
Because if a wild hog bites me, maybe it'll get infected. If that snake bites me and I don't have my buddy to cut my leg open and suck that venom out, I'm dead.
Yeah.
That is true.
And I feel more confident in a wrestling situation than I do a dodging situation.
Yeah, me too. 100%.
Okay.
I will take all the scraps that pig will give me and then go get penicillin and be fine.
There's more surface area with a golf club to hit a pig than there is a rattlesnake as well. So we're lucky where we're at right here because we really have wild geese.
And those fuckers, I would take the rattlesnake over a goose.
Those things can be nasty.
The one rattlesnake I've seen in my life didn't try to kill me. Geese have.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they're especially because geese when they mate for life. They only have one partner. So if you're threatening their partner, they're gonna come at you.
And their kids.
And their kids, yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
found a shit ton of balls. That was great, right?
Okay.
Front half, we were a 3-person scramble. We were 5 over on the front 9 with the 3-person scramble.
Holy shit.
Fucking embarrassing.
At this point, had you transitioned into drinking / bachelor party?
100%.
Okay, and that's completely fine.
Yep. And it was fine because the rest of the groups, we split it up very evenly. We have 3 guys in the group that golf regularly. We have 3 guys right in the middle that golf occasionally. And then we had 3 guys that just never golf. And we divvied them all up perfectly, right? So they were pretty even. Other teams were like even and +1 through 9, which is understandable for the skill level they were working at. We get to the back now. We get to like hole 6 and we have a full case of the fuckets.
Yep.
We are just here
Hole
to drink.
6?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
We are just ready to drink and find as many balls as possible.
Yeah.
And we get to the 10th tee box and the marshal comes up and he's like giving us advice on it. And we were like, yeah, this advice isn't going to help.
Give me advice on what?
Like where to play the hole, how to play it, like what you should do for a scramble. Like have your straight shooter hit it right here at the 150 pole.
Yeah.
Have your long bomber go for it. Have your guy that just dribbles it, aim it right there in the open spot.
And at this point, if you had taken your guys' sunglasses off, you're just looking at him cross-eyed.
Correct. I didn't have sunglasses on, so I was looking at him just closing one eye and like,
Looking like a pirate.
Yeah, we'll do exactly that.
But that's the joy that he finds in working on that golf course is trying to giving people good advice. I mean, he's just essentially a built-in caddy.
Yeah, we were fucked up, and then all we needed was his pep talk. We played out of our fucking minds the back 9. Well, out of our minds for our skill level.
Yeah.
So we ended up 2 under on the back 9.
Wow.
And everybody else went up. So we evened it. We ended up tying for last. So it was one team won, and then we tied the other team for last. So we actually played pretty fucking good. We found a shit ton more balls. But we were also the drunkest out of the whole group. There was one point, there was a pretty steep par 3 that was only like 80 yards.
Okay.
And so you have to drive down this hill. And this wasn't me being a drunk idiot. It was an accident.
Okay.
So we're going down this hill and my cart is fucking flying. So I'm like riding the brake down this hill. And it gets so steep to where I floor the brake and the parking brake is on. And I'm still sliding down this hill.
Mm-hmm.
And then my cart turns. And so I panicked. And I jumped out of the cart.
On the driver's seat?
Yeah, out of the driver. Because it was just me in there because it was the 2 and 1.
Okay, yep.
So I jumped out of the cart and then my cart continues to slide with the parking brake on. So I don't know what to do. And it's headed towards a fucking hill and like there's a drop off. I'm like, I gotta go catch my cart, right? So I run up to it, get into the cart, jerk the wheel so it doesn't go into this ditch, tips out of 2 wheels, gets really close to the edge, fucking slams back down.
The center of gravity on these golf carts in today's age is unmatchable.
It was bad. Then I had to reverse out of there because it has those GPS governor blockers on, so I couldn't go any further forward. So I'm backing out, but the only thing behind me is that fucking cliff. So we had to pop it into neutral and push it out of there. And then at the same time, we're all worried we're going to get eaten by a rattlesnake.
You had to push the golf cart up a cliff?
Not up it. We were right next to the drop off.
You had to re-angle it.
God, okay.
Because it wouldn't let us drive forward because of the GPS.
Sure.
So that was fun. But that was the basic, those are the highlights of the round, right? So then we had one long bomber, Nick, your rival actually Connor's your rival.
I mean, I'm better than both of them. So
yeah, you are now. Definitely this last weekend. Nick drove the green on like a 360-yard par 4. That was
nice.
fucking tight. And
40 mile an hour wind.
No, it was just downhill. So it probably played like 310.
I'm trying to boost my odds here.
But yeah, that was the thing. So that was what happened on the back 9. I stopped being such a prideful prick and put my driver away. Did the same thing I did in the Ozarks.
Yeah, I did the same thing on Saturday.
Swung that hybrid. I put it safe every single time. Then Nick would go for it and he would hit a good shot 1 out of every 3.
Yep.
So it'd be left or right. And then if he didn't hit his good shot, we just had my safe one to play and it was good to go.
So overall, it was a good weekend.
It was a good weekend.
You got a hat, I see.
I got a hat. I won a shit ton of money gambling.
Nice.
We ripped Lane's pants. Like the TikTok trend where you grab their back pockets and rip their jeans.
Nice.
It worked.
It
works.
Was it easier than it looked?
So much easier.
Really, it looks tough to me.
It does, yeah, because I mean the back pockets on jeans are heavily threaded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the pockets aren't what rips. It's the fabric right underneath the pockets. So the pockets become the guideline.
Interesting.
I pulled way harder than I needed to.
Okay.
Because I was like, all right, this is going to be fucking tough. I don't want to be embarrassed if I pull and it just doesn't rip, right? So I yanked with everything I had and it just down to his ankles.
Interesting.
I kind of want to try that.
So then the thread, that's around the ankle of the pants, that holds it together. So they're like still there all floppy and then had to like tuck the top of the rip part of his jeans into his underwear so we could get on our taxi. Because otherwise it's just wearing assless chaps.
Was this out in public when you did it?
Oh, this was on the street in downtown Deadwood with 2 sheriffs right across the street.
Really? You getting good laughs out of people?
Yeah, we got a good laugh out of the crowd. We got some weird looks from the sheriff.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah. I mean, naturally, it could be indecent exposure at that point.
Yeah, but it was, yeah. Lane was, he's trying to jersey swap with everybody downtown.
Yep.
Just trade shirts with anyone that would trade shirts. And he finally did, but he traded with somebody from here in Fargo with a local company shirt that he could have just gone and bought it.
What kind of jersey did he have on?
He had one of our shirts.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I thought he had an actual jersey on.
No.
Okay.
No.
So he went into town with a completely different outfit than he ended up coming back with.
Yes. Yep. He came back with shredded ass jeans and a shirt about 4 sizes too small for him.
So what do you do with those jeans? You send them to grandma and see if she can sew them up, or?
They're done.
Damn it.
And the next morning he's like, yeah, those are my favorite and nicest pair of jeans.
Rough.
Well, yeah, maybe it's just time for something new.
Yep.
Maybe it's time for something new.
Yeah, he said he was going to sign up for some fucking jean company delivery store thing. I was like, oh, okay.
Stitch Fix for men.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, that's good to hear, Tyler. I'm glad you guys had fun. That course is sweet. I played it once before. I had an unbelievable weekend.
Okay.
And let me start with Saturday. Okay. Saturday, Pine to Palm partner in qualifying, Jace. He got himself and 7 others together for like an 8-man kind of tournament. We decided to do 2-man best ball. So we basically all got in a circle. We flipped the tee, picked teams. I ended up being with like his 50-year-old Canadian buddy, who's pretty sick at golf, to be honest. And so we start this 2-man best ball scramble off on a pretty good note. We're even through 4 or whatever. And the other guy's taking most of the holes. I went like bogey on the first 4. I ended up 4 over on the front, and I'm thinking like 79 is I can sniff it, and it smelled really fucking good. And then of course, again, same course I was playing last week when I shot 83 in the sweet spot. We get to number 10, par 3 again, 160 yards, nothing special, big green. And yank one left, put myself in a bad situation. So I doubled that one, tripled it last week. And then the wheels started falling off. Ended up shooting 83 again because the wheels were falling.
But this 83 felt a lot worse than the last one, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
it 100% did because I could fucking sniff that 79 after the front 9. And I lived up to the sweet spot on the front 9, 1 beer every 3 holes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually, because it was so hot out, I feel like it was hitting me even harder.
Yeah, you gotta play for the
I
weather.
know. And the weather, it was like 85 degrees. It was sunny, minimal wind. I did have eggs and hash browns that morning instead of eggs and pancakes. So switch it up a little bit there.
Soak it up better.
I know. Number 16, I duffed one off the tee box. First one I'd done all day. Again, put the ego aside. The driver went in the bag for the complete back 9. I was hitting 3-wood off
Smart.
The tee. And we are 2 over as a 2-man scramble going into number 18.
So were you scrambling or are you doing best ball?
Best ball.
Okay.
Yep, best ball. We're 2 over. And we end up parring 18, and so there's 4 total teams. 3 of the teams tied. So we go into a playoff with 3 teams. The other 2 teams being my old college roommates, one of them being Jade, the other one being Cody, another buddy of mine. So we get into playoff hole number 1. One of the teams both put their balls OB, so they're essentially out at that time. And then, of course, classic Jade. Listen to this shit, dude. Puts one. We didn't see where it landed, but what had to have been 20 yards into the woods. My ball's like just out from the woods next to the fairway from where he was. And I see him scanning the edge. And of course, he finds a ball on the edge. And I look over and I said, there's no way that's your ball. Because this is a playoff. I mean, this is for money here.
Yep.
And he's just, yeah, dude, this is my ball. I'm like, and he's such a, that's classic Jade, is to pretend like he found his ball. There's no fucking way. And in the meantime, he's like, I'm like, okay, so you're gonna hit that? And when I said you're gonna hit that, I asked him because he had his ball, his ball in air quotes, in his hand while he's clearing out brush like right inside the woods. I'm like, are you gonna hit that or are you gonna drop? He's like, oh, I'm gonna hit it. I don't want to take the drop. I'm like, well, you're holding the ball right now. You can't pick your ball up and clear the woods out.
Sweep the forest floor.
And I'm like pissed at this point. Whatever. So I put one just over the green on my chip shot. And so that's for 2. I putt. It was an uphill putt. I put it past. So I have a downhill slider for par.
Mm-hmm.
While Jade and Cody, they bogey that hole already. My partner bogeyed as well. I have an 8-foot par putt. It's a slider from right to left downhill. Tyler, this has never happened to me. I've never even seen this happen to anybody. For the amount of golf I watch and the amount of golf I play, I've never seen this happen. I lined it up. Line felt good. Putted it. Fucking perfect putt. The ball is 2 to 3 inches from going in the hole, and it's dead. It's dead in fucking back of the cup. You know, there's a little bit of a lip of dirt and grass above the actual cup. It's about 1/2 inch to 1 inch.
Mm-hmm.
My ball falls into the hole, hits the top of the cup, bounces back, and sits on the lip of the hole. And I essentially missed that putt. What made things even worse is I shooter McGavined that putt when it was 2 to 3 inches away from going in the hole. I blew my gun out. I holstered it. It hit the top of the cup, bounced back, and I shit you not, half of the ball was over top of the hole and half of the ball was sitting on the green, and it did not go in.
I think there's a lesson to be learned there, maybe.
Keep the guns in the holster until the ball's at the bottom of the cup.
It was such.
That
Everyone started freaking out there. No one had ever seen that before in all of the golf they've played or watched, and it could It was unbelievable how it bounced so perfectly back out from the back of the hole. Back to the front and just sat there.
It just means your pace was too fast.
It was. And you know what? There's a reason why you leave the pin in when you putt.
Yeah.
Because
what
I
if it would have hit the pin and bounced out?
It wouldn't have. It was dead center. It was dead center. So any other time, me or my buddies would have given me that putt.
Oh yeah.
That putt's in.
Yeah, but in this situation,
you can't give it to me. So of course, we go to number 18, we bogey, and they par, and they win the match.
Oh, that sucks.
Playoff hole number 2, we bogeyed, they parred, and they won the match.
What an absolute roller coaster of a putt. Just one single putt.
Not only did I have 79 in my line of sight, but I also had the W at 2 over through 18. 2-man best ball is good round.
And the opportunity to win it for your group. Like
correct.
You had the glory shot.
Because I probably only pulled 6 or 7, maybe 6 or 7 holes that entire round out of the 18. And I had the chance to win the entire thing in front of because the other groups are following us too.
Mm-hmm.
They were sitting back and watching. And that had to happen. And I think to myself, that'll never happen to me ever again.
No, you'll never see that happen again.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, I would have cried a little probably.
What do you do though? You almost just have to sit back and laugh because again, I've never seen it happen.
There's only 2 things you can do. You can laugh or you can cry or you could do both.
Correct. And I laughed. But I was stone faced going at 18. I yanked a 3-wood to the next fairway over, but had a pretty good shot up, put it long, put the chip long, 2 putted for bogey. And we ended up losing. So
that sucks. That sucks.
It was quite the experience, I'll tell you that.
Isn't it weird though how much the end of a round, regardless of the score, impacts your mood for the day?
Oh, 100%.
So you shoot 83 2 times in a row, but the first 83 where you parred out for 8 holes,
so much
feels a hell of a lot better than having a really great front and a shitty back.
Yep, 100% better.
That's why I have a theory that a lot of courses make the 18th hole as easy as possible because that keeps you coming back. Because if you do well on that 18th hole, you're going to forget about all the shittiness that came before that.
Right. Yeah, it's at least I finished on a par, or at least I finished on birdie.
Exactly.
That's interesting. I guess I've never really thought about that. So in your mind, the 18th hole is usually the easiest and nicest hole on a golf course, because there's always the one shot that course needs you to make to bring you back the next round.
I think so. And I also just think there's that running trope that by like hole 16, there's always that guy in your group who's like, I'm done playing golf. This is stupid. I'm never doing it again.
Yeah.
But then they do well on 18 and they're like, hell yeah, same time next week.
Yep. 100%.
So yeah, that's just a slight theory I've had lately because I've noticed like my 18th hole is usually my best hole.
Well, and you're almost done and the focus kind of comes back on number 18 too. Because,
14 through 17, you're usually kind of thinking ahead to what's next in the day.
Well, even I'd say like 12 through 15 is like the grind holes. Yeah. Like if you can score on those, then you're going to be pretty good. And those are the holes I blew up on. So,
because I'm thinking like a lot of courses try to make 18 like their feature hole.
Yeah. Usually like more so with views than with difficulty.
Yeah.
I feel like.
So I'm trying to think in my head of all the 18s I know of. And sorry, I play so many 9-hole courses.
Yeah.
That number 9 is usually what's popping in my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right for the most part. Like it's a little bit easier, but there's always like the one feature. Like we played last week on 18 and it was not that difficult of a hole, but you needed to decide to lay up or go for it because there's that little creek running right at the pretty much average drive line.
Yeah.
So there's usually like one little thing that could fuck you up, but if you just play it smart, you're fine.
Yep. And you had talked about like the one shot that affected your mood for the entire day. Honestly, I wasn't even mad about it because the fact that I did something that no one has ever seen before in missing that putt, like, again, what do? You have to laugh about that putt.
Yeah, you did everything right. Like,
correct.
If you were to make the exact same putt again, you would.
And honestly, had my pacing been a little bit slower, I probably would have missed on the downhill side. If it would have been faster, I would have missed on the uphill side.
You weren't supposed to win.
I wasn't supposed to win.
What did you do during that course to piss off golf gods?
I don't know. And I figured the golf gods would have been on my side because Jade like flubbed the ball that he said he found. So yeah, I don't know.
Sometimes cheaters do just win.
Yeah, apparently. Patrick Reed.
But they go out how do you are now for some good karma.
I know. And with that, I have a 32-person 4-man scramble coming up on Friday, which we'll talk about right after the break. We're going to take a quick one. We'll be right back with that. All right, Tyler. It is. I feel like it is officially scramble season.
Yes.
You got companies all over the place who are putting together 4-man scramble, charity tournaments, company tournaments, whatever that may be.
We got our league mid-season scramble coming up, even though we've only played one round of league this year.
Together,
I'm going to miss league.
Round together, yeah.
I'm going to miss league again this week because I have to leave Thursday. The reason I have to leave Thursday, Tyler, is because I'm golfing Friday.
So this scramble, this giant 32-man, 4-person team scramble, this is not an organized scramble for an event. This is something you guys threw together, right?
No, this is for a wedding. Okay. So my college roommate is getting married. His brother got married a couple years ago, did the same exact thing. Did that one, such a blast. So we're going to be at the Links at North Fork in Ramsey, Minnesota. It looks like the US Open or the Open overseas. Course looks amazing, and there's 32 guys who are coming out to golf Friday morning. Wedding's on Saturday. 4-person scramble, and my college roommate, who's the groom, is putting the teams together. So he'll put us all together with like our old college buddies, or he'll put the dads and uncles together and all that kind of stuff. So, we have a 32-person 4-man scramble, money on the line, probably I don't know, $80 a team, $20 a person.
Winner takes all.
First, second, third, probably. Third probably gets their money back. Okay. Something like that. It's going to be absolutely electric because I have yet to play in a 4-man scramble this year. Playing 2-man best ball. That's a good start to the season. But now 4-man scramble, 4 shots at one spot. It's like, we got to go 10 under. But at the same time, it's a fine line because I'm going to be with my college buddies. Not all of them are great golfers. So there's a fine line between like, we got to shoot low and we got to have a ton of fun.
Yeah. Here's my question with this. If this is the day before the wedding, how hard are you guys allowed to go?
I'm allowed to go as hard as I want because I'm not in the wedding. I'm just going to it. Now the groom, I mean, he's a pretty seasoned like
drinker.
Yes.
He knows what he's doing out there.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
That's good or bad. That either means he can hold it and be fine the next day, or He's out there on the course and he's going to put a lot of booze away because he's seasoned.
Yeah. Well, now here's what happened last year. One of the guys who was in the wedding party for his younger brother's wedding a couple years ago got couldn't even stand up shit-faced. And you guys got to remember the groom supper's on Friday. So
that night after golf.
After golf. So if you're in the wedding party, you have to kind of, tie on a good buzz, but still make sure you can walk to your car and, get a ride back.
You got responsibilities.
100%. And this guy, he did make it to the groom supper, and it was a Catholic wedding too. So he's in a Catholic church and he's standing up there like, dude, I can't imagine what this guy is feeling like right now. But all I have to do is go take a nap in my hotel room and get ready to hang out with my buddies Friday night. But there's something about getting back with your college, because I don't get together with my college buddies a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's very few of them I see a little bit here and there, but no, it's going to be everybody who was in my grade in college, no one younger or older. All my roommates I came in with freshman year. So it's going to be sweet.
You're going to be transported right back to Ryan from freshman year.
100%. Well, and that's the interesting thing too, is because, it's a type of thing where you don't really keep in touch a whole lot. You maybe text on birthdays, or again, if you're getting married, hey man, happy wedding week, whatever. But when you get back together, it's kind of you never lost a beat, but that beat you never lost is from college. So it's not, we'll talk about what we do and shit, but that only lasts for 5 minutes.
And then
that's the first drink. The first drink is catching up with what you're currently doing in life.
Yeah.
The next 18 drinks are all memory lane.
Yeah, dude, remember freshman year when we were playing Call of Duty till 4 a.m. and then we had an 8 a.m. class that we missed, but shit like that.
So much of, I'm too old for that shit now.
I know. I mean, half of them have kids. Most of them are married. I'm actually driving down with a college buddy I haven't seen for probably 7 years.
Damn.
And
since college,
and we're bunking up in the same bed too, just like old days, I mean, the amount of dudes I've slept with.
Clip that, clip that right there.
The amount of dudes I've had to share a bed with, on baseball trips and shit like that, is, I mean,
astronomical.
It's
higher than girls you've slept with.
I mean, that being one.
Yeah.
So way higher than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be a good time. The most electric thing about it is it's not a shotgun start. So it's
everybody's teeing off in front of everybody.
So if you're the first group teeing off, you're the first 4. There's 28 other people who are chirping you and shit like that, and I'm like, dude, I gotta fucking put one down the middle on that shot. I have to, don't I?
Unless you're last.
Set the tone.
Unless you go last.
No, I'm saying if I'm the first group out.
Yeah.
Then I have.
No, you got to make the groom be the first guy. That's how that works. So you got to make him.
The thing with what he'll probably do is he'll probably be driving around and golfing with each group for 1, maybe 2 holes.
Yeah, that kind of stinks to me.
Yeah.
We were going to do that at mine, and it sounded like a good idea, but I'm also no, I want to play against these guys.
Yeah. No, that's true. So that's going to be a really good time. Course I've never played before. It looks beautiful. Thursday night with the buddies, Friday night with the buddies, Saturday night's a wedding, so I'm sure people will tap out early and whatever. So that's on my agenda, and that's why I'm going to be gone Friday. So I think it's a good enough excuse.
I think that first shot, I think you're right. That'll be huge. That's what you work for all winter. That's 100%. That's why you've been hitting 250 shots a day into a net.
100%. And speaking of the net, Tyler.
Oh God.
The net's been in the bag for about a month now.
Don't take it back out. You got regular golf now.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The reason I used it so much was because I couldn't hit the driving range. So that's why the net was, there's almost holes in it by this point.
There is holes in it. It's a net.
The net's been, yes, correct.
There's less holes actually now than there were.
Yeah. That's very
Melting
true.
It together.
You take 5 holes and make 1 out of it. Either, the window behind my net could possibly go out in the next couple weeks.
Yeah,
that's why it has to stay in the bag. But I'm really looking forward to it. This is going to be my first 4-man scramble of the season. Definitely not the last, because there's something about 4-man scrambles in the summertime where you're not going out there to shoot a score. You're going out there to have a good time, and you're going out there to make some good shots.
The morale level is just so much higher. We did a 4-man scramble at this bachelor party I was at, and we got like 6 under as a group, and anytime you can walk away from a course getting 6 under,
Yeah,
you
it feels
like
good.
You just feel like you're on top of the world.
Even though 6 under?
Yeah.
Our group, it was a group of like this group of guys that are really into golf. That's like the main thing. And I was.
Did
like,
you use any of your shots?
We did. We used
Hell
a couple
yeah!
of them. A lot of big putts. I'd always putt first to give them the line.
Yeah,
smart.
There's a
smart
good
scramble
amount
play.
of them that we didn't need to have anyone putt again after I went.
See, that's huge for a 4-man scramble. If you know that you're not the best golfer in the group, take the hit, putt first, and give the other 3 guys your line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a very valuable role, I think.
100%. Because odds are you're going to miss that putt.
Yeah.
I mean, and that just goes for if you're playing by yourself, if you're playing with anybody, you're going to miss that putt. But the line is huge. If you don't know the line, you're fucked.
Right. So if you make it and you miss close, but like, all right, that is the line, guys. You're the reason the next guy or the third guy or the 4th guy makes it because they saw
We
the
have
line.
3 more attempts at a much better putt, like accuracy.
Yeah, your odds
Yeah.
go up astronomically when you've discovered the actual line because you went and took one for the team. But if you were putting well and you just sink the first putt, that's even more of a morale boost.
100%.
That's my favorite. One of my, golf has cheesy fucking lines. That's my favorite scramble line is, you go first. I don't want to putt.
Yeah.
So just you're going to make it. You're going to make this putt.
My new favorite golf phrase that we've developed over the last couple of weeks is someone hits one to the right or left, and the other person goes, I think it opens up over there.
It's a fucking lake. I think it opens up over there. You're probably fine.
It's got to open up over there. You'll be all right. You can play that.
You walk over there. It's a gravel pit.
Yeah.
There's mud at the bottom. Yeah, see, it's opened up.
Yep.
I've been saying a lot of, you're playing your draw, I see.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a good idea. Play a draw with the wind.
Yeah.
Or when one gets like hung up in the wind, or like you push one to the right and you're like, oh, it wants to come back. It wants to. Oh, damn wind. I mean,
Yeah.
the wind is going to kill a lot of those shots.
Yeah, you just blame it on the wind.
Yeah.
God, there must be a draft up top.
The wind didn't let it come back.
Yeah.
Damn it.
What is it? There's a big swirl up above us. That's where it got caught in the swirl.
Well, and if you want to make a guy feel better about making a bad shot, even though if you don't know it, you don't think it's coming back, even if it's not coming back, you give him the confidence that, hey, maybe in the next 3 to 4 seconds, that thing's going to come back. It might grow some wings. You maybe had a Red Bull vodka on the way. That fucker might come back into the fairway.
Or it's like, you got a shitty bounce. Otherwise, great shot.
Yeah,
I
100%.
really thought that was going to come back.
Yeah. Don't worry. It opens up over there.
Every time. I think it opens up.
Yeah.
It clearly doesn't.
You got a good angle at the hole, I think, from up there.
Yeah. No, 4-man scrambles breed a lot of positive energy, a lot of good stuff.
I too am playing in a 4-man scramble this weekend.
Where?
The return of the old man Iron Man.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So just 9-hole scramble, but also mixed in with the shooting clays and the playing bags.
It's a bummer you don't have your best clay pigeon shooter coming back for you too.
It's true. I do have allegedly an ace in the hole though, but Cody was supposed to be our ace in the hole last year, and how did he perform? So
17 out of 50.
fuck, not even. That was Jake. Cody got 15. He got beat by Jake.
Oh yeah. What did
Tough
I go?
look.
45 out of 50.
Something like that.
I was so dialed.
You were pretty fucking dialed.
That was a really good time.
I'm playing with my dad, and my dad is, you think you're competitive, you think Miles is competitive. My dad takes it to another level. I had to talk him down. Because I asked him to be on the team. He's like, yep, I'm in. And then he took it upon himself. He's like, I need to recruit the rest of the team. We are going to win. I'm like, Dad, this event is more about drinking than it is about winning.
First.
Yep.
And he's like, nope, I'm in charge. And it's like, all right. So he's calling, he's got a list of buddies written down. He's like, all right, this guy's a really good shooter. This guy's really good at bags, but he's only okay at golf. I'm like, then he's fine. He's fine. Is he fun? Is he fun to hang out with?
Can I hang out with any of them first just to get a feel for them?
He's like, I don't know. He's going to be pretty serious. I'm like, well, then take him off the list. I don't care if he's good or not.
Yeah.
But then he eventually did find a good middle ground of talent and fun people. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know next week how it goes. But it could be either the most intense, frustrating thing for me, or it could be an absolute blast because it's just me and my dad and his friends.
Yeah.
So a bunch of old
None
dudes.
of your friends got invited.
Yeah. So I'm going to be hanging out with Cody and all those guys. So obviously I'll hang out with my dad too during the event and stuff. But when it comes to people my own age, it's just Cody and his team.
Yeah. Hopefully it's good weather.
Yeah, I hope it is too.
Where are you guys staying?
We're staying at the casino.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So what's funny, and the reason I asked that is because last year for Old Man Iron Man, we stayed at Cody's cabin on the lake. I don't know if you saw what happened last night.
I saw that.
But there was a massive tree that got blown down right into the middle of their cabin.
It's in two.
No.
The cabin's like
the cabin is split in half. They were inside the cabin at the time, and it split the cabin in half 10 feet away from where they were sitting.
Are they okay?
Yeah, everyone's okay. Everyone's fine. Nothing happened.
Fuck.
On top of that, Stalker Lake golf course out in the lakes area. I usually golf there like once or twice a summer. It's a cool 9-hole course. There are trees on every single fairway. I'm talking like 30-year-old trees that got blown down. So like gale force winds, fucking hurricane came through North Dakota, tornado.
Yeah, I drove in it all the way back from Deadwood.
Well, no, this is in Minnesota. So you came from the other side.
He was coming from the west, though. It was a big storm once we got to North Dakota. I was in it, yeah. So that golf course is going to be out of commission. I was thinking we should just go out there and help them clean it up. It's not a bad idea.
But, I mean, if we can get some work done this week, then we can maybe talk about that.
Yeah, we'll think about it.
Yeah, I mean, to think like the golf course is just getting in pristine shape right now. And for that to happen, like, I mean, that's going to be a 2-week cleanup. You got to literally cut up all of those trees.
And the season started late.
Yeah.
So that sucks. It's unfortunate. I'm glad Cody and his family are okay.
I know, dude. It literally split the cabin in half. I'll show you. I'll show you a picture.
That's crazy. That's scary as shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Forget rattlesnakes. Mother Nature remains undefeated.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this weekend. Matt, you got a scramble going this weekend. Clay pigeons, bags. Were you doing anything this weekend, Matt?
Nothing golf related.
I mean, we should probably change that.
Yeah, I know. I got to get something in. I might hit I got league. This will be my first time playing league since the first week.
Yep.
So that'll be nice. And then I'll try and hit like a morning round, I think, sometime this week at some point. But this is like my first, it's not even a full week of working, but this is my first like full week working in a while. So
yeah, we know that. It's been like 6 or 8 months.
Yeah, I need like a vacation from vacation.
It's not even a full week. We got yesterday off.
I know, it's a 4-day, a 4-day week. So these next few weeks, I'll have to like just find like some morning rounds or weekend rounds, stuff like that.
Walk them.
Yeah.
Walk the morning round.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sick of the carts. I want to do a little bit more walking.
Yeah. Did you see there was a guy, I can't remember who it was, some old golfer. He's talking about how they don't have carts in Europe and they kind of frown upon it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if I believe that because I'm pretty sure I've seen people in carts in Europe, but.
I also see people carrying their bag on their shoulder and I'm like, get a push cart, my guy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, either you want to work out like your push muscles, like your chest and your core, or you want to work out your shoulders. I'm chest and core is on the top of my list.
I don't want to work out, period.
We know that. So that's why you get a cart every single time.
I get a push cart when I walk.
The amount of steps
different than working out.
The amount of steps you still get in by being in a cart is really good.
Yeah. So
it's not like you're pushing fitness to the side by getting a cart.
Yeah, you're just mitigating it a little.
Yeah. I want to touch on this real quick before we start to wrap things up. Did you guys see the guy at the PGA Championship when Tiger was hitting out of the rough? The guy in like the gallery who simply just had a beer in his hand and his no phone in his other hand. Pictures right there, Tyler. Guy in the left blue hat. Every single person essentially has...
Guy in the left blue hat.
Right here.
Oh,
every single
I thought
person
that was a phone in his hand. That's a beer. Okay.
Essentially has their phone out, videotaping Tiger, which I'll tell you right now, if I was in that situation, I would also have my phone out.
Yeah,
videotaping,
me too.
Because getting a shot of the GOAT that close is like on my bucket list. But that guy his name is his name is Mark. He literally is living in the moment at that time.
Mm-hmm. Taking it all in.
And he now got a brand deal and merchandise with the beer company from what he was drinking.
That's pretty fucking sweet.
It is sweet. It's kind of like that guy, you know, that TikTok guy that was like vibing with a drink in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I'm talking about, Matt?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dog face or whatever.
Yeah. Dogface 420. He did.
No, it's not
the
that
cranberry
guy.
Juice guy.
No, it's not that guy. It's
well, he got an Ocean Spray deal from that video.
Yeah. But the guy I'm talking about is he had a drink in his hand. He was like, "I just think it with my dick."
Oh yeah.
You know that one?
Yep.
I'll look.
He literally got up. He's been up at concerts on the stage with this artist.
Yeah, doing the song.
100%. Yeah, and it's so I feel like I put myself in that position. I'm like, well, would I do the same thing? And now people are thinking that guy right there.
This guy.
Now I'm thinking, If someone tries to do that, like, all right, I'm going to put my phone down and look like I'm living in the moment so I could possibly get a brand new.
What if we find out?
It's not going to happen.
What if you find out Mark wasn't living in the moment, his phone just died?
Yeah, which would be even better.
He just lost it.
Yeah, he left his phone in a porta potty and he's like, God damn it, I don't want to go back and miss Tiger.
Yeah, or he doesn't know how to pull the camera up on his phone.
Yeah.
So he actually gave it to his son, which is directly to his left.
He's like, buddy, film this for
This
me.
guy
Yeah.
right here.
Yep.
Yeah, that's his son right there. I don't know. If I was in that situation, I would 1000% have my phone out.
Yeah, I would too. It's cool that he's taking in the moment, but I just know that I wouldn't do that.
No.
You think this guy in the red is pissed that he didn't get a beer sponsorship because he's also not?
Yeah. Also, the blue shirt on the far right.
Well, he looks like he's working audio. He's got a mic.
Yeah.
Right
Oh,
here.
okay.
But for
His
Mark,
phone's not out still.
This guy in the green isn't either. He's right behind Mark.
but I mean, look at how iconic Mark looks.
Yes.
It's right place,
right
right
in the
time.
middle. Has the best shot out of anyone.
Yep.
And he's just taking it in.
He's really warming that beer up, though. When you get your hand towards the bottom of the can.
2 hands on it.
Yes, you're really warming the beer up, killing the carbonation. You got to hold that sucker up on the top rim so that stays cold on the
I
bottom.
also don't think Mark gives a shit.
I don't either, but now he's going to get his bag. And he's has a commercial now. He has merchandise. He's getting a cut.
He does have a commercial. I saw that.
He's getting a cut of both. I might need to just buy one of those shirts and maybe.
As you can imagine, Mark was hard to reach.
Well, yeah, he lost his phone at the PGA Championship. His son didn't come home this weekend, so he didn't know how to answer the phone call from this beer company.
Poor Mark.
No, not poor Mark.
Yeah,
Mark is doing just
dream
fine.
now.
Mark doesn't understand. I feel like Mark didn't understand like what he's like. There's a commercial and all.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand that it went viral or anything.
No, imagine walking.
Or Mark is like talking to his kids. See, I told you put that goddamn phone away.
my
Good
God.
things happen.
Yeah.
Pray for Mark's kids.
Oh,
They're
God.
about to
Hopefully
get a lecture
they're-
of a lifetime. for the
Yeah,
rest of
hopefully
their
they're
life.
grown up. They've moved out of the house. They're making their own decisions because that could turn out really bad for them.
He's going to have the most proof to that no phones argument out of any parent alive.
100%. Imagine Mark walking into the office the next day and being in like big swinging dick.
Yeah.
They're like, Mark, did you see yourself on TV? Like, no, I didn't even know there was cameras there.
No, I didn't see it. I'm not on my phone ever.
Yeah. Unbelievable story though. Great for Mark. I'm super happy for the guy, right?
Yep. Sorry about that.
Tyler, you're still struggling through the weekend.
I am. I'm getting better. You should have seen me yesterday. It was a long fucking drive.
I believe it.
Oh, those are the worst.
Yeah.
All right, you guys got anything else to add on top of, electric weekends?
Yes, more weekend stuff to come. I think we're going to have even more stories, especially if Matt decides to actually golf.
So here's a question for you guys. So my goal since the beginning of the year has been to shoot sub 80. 79 is all I'm looking for. Are the odds of that happening better if I go out by myself trying to shoot sub 80 or like with a group of buddies where it's just you're going out and you get lucky that day?
No, buddies for sure.
I think
You're thinking about it.
I think
less.
if Mark taught us anything, it's that it just has to happen naturally.
Yep. Yeah, what would Mark do?
That is very true.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go into a round thinking today's the day.
Yep.
The day is just going to choose me.
Yeah.
You get some pancakes and some eggs on the Blackstone. Not a sponsor. You get one beer every 3 holes. Start to pace yourself a little bit. Start to get in that rhythm. I think it's going to happen then.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I genuinely think if you're going into it like today's my day, it's not going to be your day.
100%. I agree.
You just got to let it happen, and then with your buddies is the best time for it too. I mean, in my opinion, anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to celebrate by yourself.
No,
Yep.
exactly.
And I think that you're a lot more relaxed then too. Because like when you're golfing by yourself, I do go golf by myself to work on my game, but I am thinking about working on my game the entire time. Like that's what I'm out there for. And I also try to enjoy the mornings and stuff too. But when you're by yourself, no conversations, you're just thinking about golf.
That's a good point. Hey, when's the match? Steph Curry.
It's Steph Curry.
It's
Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen,
Rodgers and Brady.
I believe it's this week actually.
Also, that hole in one by
Holy
Brady.
Fuck, that was cool.
That wasn't a hole in one.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think it was.
Well, there was tee markers there, but also when
It was definitely a hole in one.
No, Tyler.
I really
listen
don't
to
think
this.
it was.
If you see the very end of the drone video, it pans back to where Brady was standing, 160 yards down. You can see the rest of the fairway behind him. But
Why were there markers there? Was it?
I don't know. And also, the amount of people in the comments saying it was CGI, I can believe it, because there's a second where the ball bounces, you lose the ball, it comes back at like lightning speed. And it goes in the hole.
I 100% think it was fake. He's been doing so many different like fake videos, and he's worked with this director guy before. And the last video he did with him was literally like there was like 8 Julian Edelmans running and catching routes from him. Like the guy specializes in special effects. And I kind of think Tom Brady's online persona is fake to begin with.
Sure.
So I would not be surprised if that's something he would fake.
And
also,
even if it wasn't fake, when the drone is involved in that capacity, you know it wasn't the first shot.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely.
Also, did you guys see the celebration? The celebration tipped everything off.
What do you mean?
In terms of that was a fake shot.
I'll pull it up.
The celebration, he dropped his club and he started like jumping, like kind of like hopping from side to side way too soon for that shot to be real. If you're going to hit a hole in one, you're going to stand there and watch it until it actually goes in the hole.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right.
Here's the video.
We got it up. He's
okay. So there are the tee markers right there. The drone flies past him. That's looking good. That's in the hole. He said it way too early. That's in. Started sidestepping.
I don't know. I don't think the reaction's that bad.
I think the reaction tips the whole thing off. That's sweet though. The slow-mo.
The video itself is really cool.
Okay, now watch when the ball hits the green. You're gonna lose it right there.
Yep.
And then it comes. You couldn't even see it on that one. You can on a different video, but the ball comes to the hole at lightning speed.
So if he wouldn't have hit the pin, it would have rolled over.
That's not a tee box, is it? There's so much fairway behind him.
Yeah, they probably just made it a par 3 for this video.
Modified it or something. Yeah. He's just working.
Because that's definitely not a tee box. You're right, but those are tee box markers.
They are.
Did you see the little club throw at the end? No one's doing that. I'm just not buying it by the celebration.
I don't think the celebration's that bad. It's
okay. Watch the ball. Lose the ball right there.
Pops out right there.
And then
And
see the fairway behind him?
It also barreled in.
Yeah.
It went in almost too fast. I feel like it would have rolled out or something like that. But the match is tomorrow night, 5:30.
Wednesday night at 5:30?
Yeah.
Why are they doing it on a Wednesday?
I'm not sure.
Why can we not do it on a Friday at 5?
Typical tournament thing. Yeah. It's a 12-hole match play. Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers versus Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes.
Scramble, or what's the rules here?
Best ball, I'm assuming.
Because they've done alternating shot in the matches before.
Yeah, that was the very first one.
Yep, it looks like, Brady and Rodgers are the favorite, -160. Allen Mahomes, +140.
I should have bet on that at the sports book this weekend.
You should have, yeah. I think it's going to be a pretty good match. I think with these matches, though, again, they either need to do them on a Friday or a Saturday. A Saturday at 5 p.m., so guys can get rounds in the morning and then head to the bar afterwards and watch that while they're still maintaining.
That's a good idea.
Buzz, they might not want to compete with the NBA Finals. That might have been because it's on TNT and they have. Actually, no, TNT doesn't have the NBA Finals. ABC does, but I'm guessing because the NBA Finals start on Thursday.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that was the reasoning.
Okay.
But yeah, I agree. I think it's a better weekend thing.
Yeah. Well, because this match is for you get football fans who don't even play golf that are going to be watching this. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just my opinion.
Who do you guys think will take it?
Rodgers and Brady.
Yeah.
You think?
Veteran status.
And they're both really fucking good at golf.
But Josh Allen and Patty Mahomes are also really good.
Yeah, they are good. I don't know. They're just young and hit the ball a mile.
Yeah.
Mahomes apparently is the one we know the least about his golf game.
I think he's pretty solid. He's probably like a 6 or 7 handicap from my guess.
It says Allen is about an 8 handicap, and Mahomes, we just haven't seen him play in front of cameras a ton. He's won a few events here and there.
Of course he has.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Good luck, everybody, on the weekend.
Thank you.
We'll come back and talk about it next week. Hopefully I got some electric stories from this 32-man, 4-man scramble.
Yep.
It's going to be fun.
Okay.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week in episode 88. Thanks for tuning in. Later.
Bye. Hell, that's a breakfast ball.